Alright, hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to another Princess Connect Redive video. Now, as we could see from the screen right here, Princess Connect Redive's ReZero collab is now officially confirmed to be coming to Global next. So this is very exciting. I've been waiting a long time for these characters to come. These characters are going to be limited characters. Very excited to see it. We also have the Priconne update as well that we're going to be jumping into. It's mostly, the video is going to be about the Priconne update, but ReZero collab characters are confirmed. They're going to be coming as soon as the Oedo Neon banner is over. So jumping into the details here, we have Princess Connect Redive meets ReZero in a special crossover. It's going to be introducing the new character Rem, who's going to be a limited character, as well as Emilia, and then of course a free-to-play Ram. So this is going to be the 3 new characters, of course, from ReZero, obviously all the waifu characters. So we're going to jump into. So we have the first Focus Gacha banner, which is going to be on May 2nd until May 15th. It's going to be the character Rem, limited character once again, so you cannot get this character from the general banners. Keep that in mind. This character will come and go. If you do not pull her on her initial banner, she will not be able to be pulled from other banners. So she's going to be not like Oedo Ninan and not like Oedo Kuka, where they are able to be pulled on any banner from now on. Rem and Emilia will no longer be able to be pulled after their banner goes away. So you have to keep that in mind until the characters have their rerun. Even if they do end up getting a rerun, these characters will be their only banners for the foreseeable future. So if you really like ReZero characters, now is a great time to hop into the game and jump in summon. Or if you really just want Emilia, because I think she's a really good healer for starter players, then I suggest picking them up. Looks pretty normal. We have a new story event, of course, more jewels, and of course the free-to-play character Ram. And then we have the event quest times 1.5, which is normal. We also get Ram and Suzume memory shards. Suzume memory shards are pretty mid, but Ram memory shards, of course, are good. We're also getting a focus gacha for Ilia. It's going to be interesting. A Ilia, Maho, and Kiori rate up thing for the revival event. So this is kind of just a toss away banner. Please, for the love of God, do not summon on this banner. Ilia will be getting her unique equipment in this update. But please, for the love of God, any character here. This is a 2-star character. First off, Ilia is a general 3-star, and Maho is a general 3-star that both have been out almost since the game started. Ilia came out a little bit after, but Maho's been here since day 1. So a lot of people actually do have Maho already. Even if you've been playing for only a few months, you probably might have Maho. If not, then you will be pulling her very shortly, because Maho is a very obtainable character. She can pull her on any banner at any time. Same thing goes for Ilia. So this is a banner obviously just here to fill in the time gap between the initial banner with Rem into Emilia. So Rem and Emilia are actually 2 very good characters. We're going to jump into their kits here. Here is Rem first, and she's going to be the first banner. She's going to be a physical DPS character that is going to be freezing enemies. It's actually going to be very useful. So here is Rem. Now, what she does is she's going to be a midline physical attacker / disruptor. She's going to do decent damage and is more potent against enemies who have been inflicted with freeze. Her skill 1 inflicts freeze to the frontmost enemy, and her skill 2 recovers HP for allies. Not bad. Like, just reading this isn't a bad kit to start off with. She looks to be like a PvP character just from the start. I think it looks more like a PvP character, but you can kind of use this anywhere. I don't know if bosses can be frozen, but if bosses can be frozen, then she's going to be very good. But this freeze ability, all this does is obviously, what do you do when you're frozen? You can't move. So they cannot take action, they can't move, they can't do anything. Her only weakness is that she has a low durability, and then her skill 1 only puts freeze on an enemy, which can be just countered by using a tank, which is a little bit unfortunate, and any taunting character can take it away as well. So it is the only downside to this freeze ability I see. Is it's very good and it stops them from being able to use their abilities, but the only downside is that it can just be countered by using a tank. So that's really the only downside I see to this. But her freeze duration, it will be lasting for up to 3 seconds, so a 3-second freeze is honestly really good. But I don't think it's going to be that crazy good. But I mean, her recovering HP and freezing, she's a good character. She doesn't get good until her unique equipment, really, in my opinion, where she starts to become better in quest mode and arena mode especially. So yeah, we're going to read her unique equipment as well, but this won't be coming out for a while. Her skill 1 is now a small AoE, which is now she freezes and now does an AoE as well. Her freeze duration goes from 3 seconds to 4 seconds, and then now she gets a whole bunch of physical crit rate, more physical attack, accuracy, and HP recovery boost. And of course, they have yet to receive their 6-star. No character here does have their 6-star, just to keep that in mind. So she does look pretty good. I don't suggest pulling for her, in my personal opinion. I think characters coming up later are going to be much better, like hint hint, summer characters, summer Makoto, summer Saren, are going to be way more valuable than these characters, but these are of course limited characters, so if you do want to collect all the limited characters, now would be a great time to do so. I don't think she's a great character. I think she's really solid, but other DPSs, in my opinion, just outshine her, like in every single way. I mean, Halloween Shinobu, I think, is probably still the better PvP character, so I'm not quite sure how I feel about her, but she isn't a pushover by any means. She is really good, but I just don't know if I would recommend summoning for this character. Next, we have Ram, who's going to be the free-to-play card. Now, Ram is actually pretty interesting. She's going to be a magic character, and she's going to be a midline character. Now, she's pretty interesting, as in she can inflict bind to all enemies with her Union Burst. Her skill 1 does great damage if they're inflicted with bind. So her skill 1 activates as soon as she puts her Union Burst up, and she does a lot of damage on her skill 1. And her skill 2 activates Clairvoyance for the enemy with the highest physical attack stat. And what this does is that next damaging attack guaranteed to miss affects only physical attacks. So whatever their next attack is, her skill 2 will nullify that physical attack. If it's a Union Burst, does not matter, they will miss that ability. I don't know how this would work with Christina. I'm not too sure, because Christina is a guaranteed hit character, so I think Christina might be able to override this, but I think she might be the only character that can override this. Now, her glaring weakness here is that unfortunately her clairvoyance does not affect bosses, which is a very big bummer for her, and it really drags her down overall, unless you're using her in normal quest mode or in like a Tower of Luna right here, because that makes her go from pretty good for bosses. Like if this worked on bosses, I mean, this would be really good. Unfortunately, it does not, so she's not going to be that crazy. And then she does get unique equipment where she gets slightly better, but this free-to-play character, once again, does not look that good. Once again, we have not got a character at the same caliber as Summer Coco. Summer Coco came out, and she's still ridiculous to this day. And unfortunately, she does not look to be good, but she looks to be pretty decent for some quests and some Tower of Luna against normal characters, but bosses, unfortunately, cannot be hit by this. But if you can somehow manage to get this off when you want to get a Union Burst in, this can save your life, so it's a very good ability. And I think she's a pretty solid character, but I personally would not go out of my way to 5-star. Maybe get her up to 3 stars, maybe 4 stars if you can. If you really like Ram, I guess 5-star her, but I would not go out of my way to try to get her up to 5 stars. I don't think she's worth all that effort. And then last but not least, we have Emilia. Now, Emilia is actually probably the best one out of all of them. Her Union Burst is going to give massive HP recovery for an ally with the lowest percentage of HP. And then she's going to give a physical defense and magic defense increase for all allies. So just looking at this, you can tell this is a very powerful Union Burst. Massive recovery of HP to the ally with the lowest percentage HP. Once again, this is going to be mostly used on your tanks, or against a character that you want to keep alive, like a frontline DPS character. You can keep them up with this. And then giving physical defense and mag defense to all allies. Once again, this is just a powerful ability. Giving defenses of both types to your allies is really going to be helping out them to stay alive a lot. Now, looking at this, she looks really good, but I'm going to tell you right now, Emilia does not compare to Nier Yui when it comes to the best healer in the game. I think she's probably the second best healer, but she is nowhere near Nier Yui. Like, she does not come close to Nier Yui. So Emilia, taking a look at her strengths and her weaknesses here, you could tell that she has a high magic defense for an attacker, which is really good. She's going to be a combination of an attacker and healer role, so she's going to be doing attack damage as well as healing, which isn't, I wouldn't say that's insane. I'd prefer if they prioritized one than the other, because, you know, the saying, jack of all trades, master of none. That is a very big effect for a lot of characters in this game, and if they could just focus on making them broken at one thing, I think it would make characters much better. Obviously, having a combination of both is really good, but I think she's going to be a very good character for a lot of newer players, in my opinion. Once again, the only downside I see to this character is she does not have a 6-star yet, and her unique equipment does not give her insane damage. I mean, she gets increased both skill 1's damage and magic attack effect, which is good. She gets more damage, and then she gets extra TP boost from her unique equipment. Her weaknesses is that her position is among the frontmost of the backline units, making her easier to be hit by large AoE attacks, which is pretty unfortunate. Obviously, you want your healer to be your last line of defense. Like, you want her to be in the very back as a healer character. So having this is pretty unfortunate. And healing on her Union Burst, it's quite difficult to rely on it. Once again, her only healing, I think, comes from her Union Burst, so you can't really rely on it too much, but when you get it off, it's basically going to full heal whatever character you have. So really good Union Burst overall, a really good character overall. I don't think she is Nier Yui. She's not even close to Nier Yui, but I don't think she is that bad either. These characters will start to fall off but they're pretty good initially on release, in my opinion. So I'm going to go ahead and X these out and continue on with the rest of what's to come. So we went over the banners, went over the characters. We'll keep going down. We have the 3-star guarantee premium gacha making its return. Once again, I don't think this is worth your time. You have to pay for this pack, but if you are a newer player or if you want Divine Amulets, I guess you can go for it. Same thing I say as always, but I highly recommend skipping this for 90% of the players out there. Then, of course, you have the Revival Story event, Vampire Hunters with Emilia making its rerun. Once again, this will give you a whole bunch of stuff to relive the story and do it again. You'll be able to get more rewards if you cleared the event before. So if you haven't cleared this event, you'll be able to get the first-time event rewards. But if you have, it's a revival, and you will be able to re-get all the rewards, I think, at a lower price. And then now you'll be able to get, obviously, lower sets of memory shards. All right, moving on. Next, we have the game update news. Main quest, Area 25, and as well as Chapter 13, episodes 1 through 5 will be coming, with rank 14 being introduced. 14-3 is now going to be the maximum equipped rank, and then as well as level 136. So that's going to be very cool. Level 136 is the new level cap, as well as rank 14-3 being the highest. This will be dropping on the 19th of May. So this will all be coming on the 19th of May for the most part. I think this will be dropping with Emilia, so the game update will be dropping with Emilia, and then I think the event will be dropping with Rem. So yeah, that pretty much covers everything going on here. We do have unique equipment, Tower of Luna, obviously Clan Battle, Grotto Quest ×2, and then Sanctum Survey ×2. So a lot of stuff overall in this collaboration event. Unique equipment, of course, for Emilia, Miyako. Kyoka's is really good. Make sure you guys get Kyoka's. I think the 3 that you prioritize here are definitely going to be Emilia, Miyako, and Kyoka. Kyoka being number 1, Miyako probably number 2, Emilia number 3. And then new equipment, of course, will be coming on the 2nd as well. Tower Moon is making its return for floor 250. Very exciting for that. And then, of course, Clan Battle, Grotto Quest, and another return of Sanctum Survey. I love when they do this. And that pretty much covers everything. So a lot of stuff here. Look how much stuff is here, dude. Look at this. It is a lot of stuff that is going on here. A ton of campaigns. Normal Quest ×2 campaign, Hard Quest ×2 campaign, Dungeon ×2 campaign, Grotto ×2. They have everything going on here. Very exciting. And that's pretty much going to wrap it up for today's video. Hope you guys all have a wonderful rest of your day. If you're summoning for the Emilia and Rem banner, please let me know. And I'll see you guys all in the next video. Bye, everyone.